Yeah, my name is Donovan Mahoney, and I came up with the name of my company, A Better Construction Idea. Because I like to draw, I like to design. I went to environmental design at the University of Pennsylvania, and I was the chief model builder for Taniguchi Associates in Boulder, Colorado, where I learned a lot about geometry and building and design. I'm going to explain how to build them. I have these on my van, and it's sort of indicative of what I want to do. However, a better construction idea doesn't always have to come from me. It can come from the client. Have you seen my spatula? Here it is, right here. You're so good, Bruce. What a great assistant you've been today. And when a client comes up with a better construction idea, I try to implement it. So, since I started with the long one there, this time I'm probably going to shoot a long one that way. So this time, I know you've already seen me put up a 16-foot. This is actually right around 15 foot, whatever. Sometimes you have to cut them a little bit short so they end up on the ceiling rafter nailing pattern, which are indicative of how I've shimmed it, because it's not a perfectly plane meeting into the other. I think we've already discussed that. But now see how it has a nice resting spot? So this time we're gonna do something special. As I tighten it in, you can see me tighten it in just a little bit. But then I'm gonna ask my cameraman, see how I just tighten it up to be somewhat close? I'm gonna ask my cameraman, Bruce. Bruce, are you there? Okay, Bruce is going to go over and read the portion. Now, I'm not going to say this is like reading the Bible, but this is my advice if you want to be a carpenter. I'm going to see if I know how to say the increments of an inch, starting from 0 and going backwards. You know how to read a tape measure.
It's over here?
Yeah, so it's over there. Just let the audience know you're here, would you, Bruce?
Come on, you're not really going to do that.
Now, as I'm working away, we're going to start with zoom in to what is 1 inch with your pencil. Okay, so it starts out 1 inch, then it goes to 15/16, then it goes to 7/8, then it goes to 13/16, then it goes to 3/4, then it goes to 11/16. Then it's 5/8, 9/16, 1/2 inch, 7/16. Then we're looking at 3/8, 5/16, 1/4, 3/16, 1/8, 1/16, and 0. Now, better yet, if you have someone like cousin Vinny that's in jail or something, send him the measurements of the tape measure, and he can have something to study while he's in there. And when he comes out, he can build you a nice, beautiful home. So we try to help everybody, right? Okay, I've already nailed that in tight. This end down here, can you back up just a little bit? See the gap? The gapiosis right there? I can go ahead and tighten it. Now look how I nailed this. Right? See how solid that is? Usually I do 3, but since we have an audience, can we please put it in 4, Bruce? Okay, so now, see down here, it's pretty much just pushing in by hand. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. You can start at both ends and come back and do the middle. And yes, sometimes you have to use beater blocks, and sometimes it's difficult. But right now, it's like smooth sailing. So we're happy. And now I can take the blockatoids off. Okay, yeah, so it's kind of good. Okay, so you know when the gun doesn't fire on this kind, it actually leaves you a few, so you can see if you were using the right size, I think. Or you can just add to it. So I get a brand new rack and put it in here. And so on the ends, because this is going to get trimmed, this is called a face nail. When you nail where you can see it. So now, as I remove what I call blockatoids. So each one of these blocks that I removed was put in an area where there's a roof rafter. And so the last piece that I need to face nail, I actually need to mark down the wall so I know where to nail. See these little marks here? I had to actually transfer them down the wall. So we're getting close to the end. Well, as we're wrapping this job up, this is the very last board. We'll see if it fits. And then we can go enjoy our evening like normal citizens. So we gotta just squeeze it in. Now, since this wall's a little bit irregular, sometimes I have to cut what is called point-to-point configuration, meaning that, do you see my spatula? Here it is, right here. You're so good, Bruce. What a great assistant you've been today. Actually, not many people probably say this, but you taught me a lot about film today. That you can actually, in case I made a befuddlement, I can correct it and do another take. The overall job turned out superb. In fact, the interior decorator said that I had the tightest seams of any of her. She's doing several of these jobs, and that I did the best job because I caulked every joint, really worked hard to get them tight for the most part, and also because she said I'm old school, which is fairly obvious. Okay, nice talking to you. But not only did I get in picture from, and by the way, not only did I have to put this ship through here, but this board here, I sighted it down and stand put the wood all on top of it, and I had to put countershelves in here to make sure this line is all through. It's still undulated just a buzz. And it's hard because this. I'm gonna ask my cameraman, Bruce. Bruce, are you there? Have you seen my spatula? Here it is, right here. You're so good, Bruce. What a great assistant you've been today. Actually, not many people probably say this, but a better construction idea doesn't always have to come from me. It can come from the client. And when a client comes up with a better construction idea, I try to implement it. For example, this owner came up with some good ideas, and I said, you know what, Michelle? I really like that idea, but there's one thing I don't like about it. She's like, what? She gets all nervous. I go, the only thing I don't like about that idea is that I didn't think of it first.